Trojans Live is brought to you by Allstate. The Trojans are in good hands with Sam Darnold. That is for sure. The Rose Bowl MVP quarterback joins us now. Thank you for watching on Facebook Live or wherever you are listening. And Sam, man, we haven't had a chance to talk to you in a little while. You're just back to being a student here over the last couple of weeks. What has it been like, though, that incredible ride to end the season, capped by a Rose Bowl game that no Trojan fan will ever forget?
Yeah, it's been awesome. The Trojan family has just really been awesome throughout this whole process. After winning the Rose Bowl, I actually got 5 days off. I was able to go home to San Clemente and just kind of relax with my family and my friends. And once I got to school, everyone congratulated me, all the students, saying hi and all that kind of stuff. So it's been awesome. It was a crazy journey, and I'm stoked to be able to be back here and go back to the school grind.
Yeah, I got some San Clemente questions for you, but I have to start with this one. How much has life changed now? I mean, is it just completely different now that, with all the success that you had in terms of walking around the campus and even walking around L.A. in terms of people noticing you and autographs and pictures and all the rest of it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little different, but at the same time, you have your core group of friends. The Trojan family, like I said, I mean, all the people within the locker room, the players, coaches, we remain close, and nothing's going to change that other than being recognized here and there around the city and around school. Other than that, nothing's really changed.
I mean, the fun part is you're just getting started, too. I mean, that was just your freshman season. What do you do now? Where do you go from here? How do you get better and keep this thing going?
Yeah, I mean, you just got to watch film. I've been watching a lot of film of, teams like the Patriots and the Falcons. Their offenses, what they can do with the ball is, it's pretty crazy. It's going to be an awesome Super Bowl to watch.
Who you picking?
I mean, I love Tom Brady, but at the same time, the season that Matt Ryan's had, it'd be awesome to see them win. But, I'll be rooting for the Pats. I don't mean to offend anyone out there, but
I mean,
I got Matty Ice, by the way.
I'm going against you. I'm picking the Patriots, but nobody's rooting for the Patriots.
I think with Belichick and 2 weeks to prepare, Tom
Brady. That's true.
Long track record there.
Yeah, I think it'll be tough to beat them, but with the role that the Falcons have been on, it'll be tough to beat them too. Yeah. It'll be super fun to watch.
All right. Well, you mentioned San Clemente, and you got a San Clemente quarterback coming in, right? Jack Sears
Jack.
Sort of follows in your similar footsteps, right? I mean, when you were there, he was playing receiver, right? And then now he, of course, went to quarterback and won a state championship and all the rest of it for San Clemente. Give us a little background with Jack. You know him better than anybody.
Yeah, Jack, he's awesome. He's an awesome kid. Comes from a great family, and I'm just excited to see how he's going to progress and how he's going to get better. I think I really progressed throughout my redshirt year a couple years ago, and it was awesome. It was an awesome experience, and I think him coming in early will really help his cause, and he's going to learn a lot. He loves the game. He loves learning the system and all the nuances of just playing quarterback. I think he loves it, and he enjoys the grind, and it's going to be really interesting to see how he progresses and how he gets better.
Now, I know you were a part of it, when San Clemente won the game to get to the state championship. You were, down there with your former teammates, celebrating and all the rest of it. Give me your opinion on San Clemente finally getting over the hump. Not only getting over the hump of a CIF championship, which was their first one this year, but then they go on and win the state championship as well.
Yeah, it was awesome to watch. I was super happy for Coach Ortiz and his whole staff. They really deserve it. They've just put together an incredible program, and I think we're going to win a lot more too over these next couple years and so on. But I'm just really happy for the players, and especially Coach Ortiz and his staff. What they've been able to do was really incredible.
Well, as we look towards this offseason and the Trojans, spring football will be here in a minute. We'll be back in this spot next week for National Signing Day. But you lose 126 catches between two guys, Juju and Darius, and they were both so important for you really in different ways. What do we know? There are a whole lot of receivers on this roster, but other than Deontay and Jalen, not necessarily a ton of in-game experience. What do we know about this next wave, and how do you go about developing a rapport with them that you clearly had with Juju and Darius?
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of guys. We've already been working every Saturday morning on the field. We go out there, run routes, do our thing. So, I mean, we got guys that have some game experience in Mike Pittman.
Yep.
And, you know, guys that work their butts off in, you know, the scout team like I did when I redshirted. You got guys like Tyler Vaughns, Joshua Matorbebe, Trayvon Sidney, a big tight end that we have, Kerry Angeline, I think is going to surprise a lot of people. It'll be really interesting. We have a really good group of freshmen, and, you know, it'll be really exciting to watch us in the next couple of years.
You know, I know that you had a great year, and there wasn't many flaws for people to critique you, but I know you're your biggest critic. What are you working on personally, individually, for you to get better, to even become a better quarterback, you know, next year?
Yeah, I think the main thing is just remaining humble and just remaining myself, but at the same time spending hours in the film room, just critiquing myself, like you said, just being able to watch every concept that we have and just go through it all and just go through the process and just stay faithful in that. And, you know, if I stay faithful in the process and all that kind of stuff, you know, I think good things are going to come out of it. And, you know, they did this past year. And, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm going to keep going at it and approach things that way.
You know, Sam, a lot has been made about your calm demeanor. What do you like in the inside? So we see that the outside. You're stoic, you're calm on the field. Is it competitive inside? Do you get nervous? Do you get angry? What do you like as games ride, you know, the emotional wave and everyone else is losing their heads?
Yeah, honestly, the first drive of the Rose Bowl was honestly the most nervous I was the whole season. And I think you saw it a couple of the throws. You know, one was high and it was coming out of my hand really hot to Deontay. And, you know, if I threw a ball at Juju's feet and, you know, that stuff usually doesn't happen. And I was really nervous to begin that game. And, you know, I think I do get nervous. I do get excited, but at the same time, you got to remain poised. And if you do remain poised, then other guys see that. And if we go down or if we go up with a big lead, we can remain calm and just do what we do every single day in practice, which is execute.
Yeah, and along those same lines with poise, you mentioned you were nervous at the beginning of the game. What kind of mentality did you take into the last drive of the game? Because if there's any time to be nervous, I was nervous at that point of the game. If there's any time to be nervous, that would be it. What kept you focused in the moment, you know, to make the plays that you did down the stretch?
No, honestly, I was just having fun out there with the guys that I was having fun with all season long. It was super fun. Something that it was a really great experience. You know, Deontay running a post when he should have ran a 10-yard in route. You know, it's just something that you really look back on and you think of, wow, what an amazing experience. But at the same time, you like to build off those wins like Rose Bowl wins, and you want to build towards the future, and that's what we're doing here.
All right, we're getting ready for USC UCLA basketball. Your grandfather played USC basketball. But you come from a nice Trojan lineage. That's really what this Trojan family is all about. What kind of basketball player were you? And then do you take any of that point guard mentality on the field? Because I have seen you make plays, and we have a great photo of the jump pass you tried to throw in the Rose Bowl. Yeah. I mean, there are certain plays where you look sometimes more like a point guard than you do a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have that mindset. Sometimes you got to make plays. And when you're a point guard out there, I didn't play much point, honestly, in high school. I was more 2 through 5. But, you know, I was out there on the perimeter shooting and all that. But, you know, when stuff breaks down and you got to make plays, you got to react and go with your instincts. And I think that's what basketball is. It's really fast.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's going to be fun watching the game tonight. But, no, I think that's what you got to do as a quarterback sometimes, especially in college football. So that's the mindset I take, and, you know, it's worked. It's worked for me so far, and I'm just going to continue to build off of that.
It's really fun to watch.
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't know that you were a great basketball player in high school. It seemed for part of your high school career that was the priority was basketball, as much time as you spent, doing it. When you watch the game tonight, will you sort of be like, look, Coach Enfield, you need to put me in? I mean, is there a point of the game that you say, look, I still got a little bit of basketball in me?
Zach Banner said that every basketball game he watched at USC.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, I'm never.
Okay, you're not going back?
No.
But you played baseball, too, because I remember when all the talk was about you sliding in the middle of the season, he looked at me and said, I can slide, I played baseball. So you played a lot of different sports, right, growing up?
Yeah, I mean, those were the main three: football, baseball, and basketball.
You got volleyball in the family, though, right?
Yeah, a little bit of volleyball, a little bit of beach volleyball in the summer and all that. But, yeah, those are the main three. I quit baseball my freshman year in high school just because I wanted to focus on basketball and football. And, towards the end of my my high school career, I needed to focus a little bit more on football because I realized that I wasn't going to be a huge D1 recruit in basketball or anything like that. So, no, I'm gonna let the basketball guys take care of.
Boat rights hurt. They could use you.
No,
5-10 minutes. That's all.
Football's working out all right, JJ. Football's working out just fine. All right. You can catch Sam Darnold this season, of course. Season tickets are on sale now. USCTrojans.com/football 2017. The home schedule is amazing next year. Starts with Western Michigan, then Stanford, then Texas. How's that for 3 games to start the season? Thank you to Sam for Get 2 points for safety trap to 20% with the Allstate Distinguished Driver Discount. Safe drivers can instantly save up to 20% on car insurance just for having a clean driving record. And that's on top of other discounts. Call 1-410 Los Angeles area Allstate agents today. From the point guard on the football team to a future point guard on the basketball team, Derek Thornton is next on Trojans Live.